matchup. They've played against each other so many times, but not with these specific iterations of the rosters. And these compositions are interesting. Teams defaulting towards what Fnatic were doing last year with the Fade instead of the Sky after the nerfs. But I love the Chamber pick. I really feel like teams can make this work. And when you have someone like Cryo on the squad, why not?
Oh, wow, that's brave by Asuna.
He just went for the AWP at the start of the round. He just trusted that his utility was good enough to keep the attackers back.
Hell of a way to get a pistol round started. First kill, going in the direction of Sentinels. Over towards C, anticipating a refight here. You can see that's why TenZ is holding that paranoia. Now they set their sights over towards the side, anchoring towards the back. That's Bang. He's got a lot to do here with the orb up. To stop in the plans of Sentinels.
Poison's off.
Now here we go. More util Sen flying. Nade towards the back on top of it. Into the smoke. That's Bang.
That was a right click.
Claiming an easy one apparently from that range. Still a few more players to meet him, and eventually with the jump spot, they're going to be well suited. Sentinels gaining ground now. Spike will be planted momentarily, but with the door opened up, Cryo a chance for him to really do some damage. Slipping through and past, but can he find this one? Kills Elsis. He's low enough, buying time for the rest of his team to get into position. The damage done to him. 29 health with a triple face. Only gets it done. Leave it to the one player now. All up to Boostio.
Look at this setup. Inside a low smoke towards the ground. What is going on here?
Doubled up.
Could Boostio possibly make anything happen?
Not giving too much away at all. So Sentinels with the opener.
And a great pistol round. I mean, Sen instantly got the punish onto Asuna, who I think was being a bit too bold trying to pick up the orb at the start. Although I'm sure that works against plenty of teams, because if you throw your nade and throw a Caesar or a Haunt at the start, most attacking teams are not going to be heavily contesting rubble. But he got punished there, and then a nice two-wave attack into C. The first little pump fake to draw out the defensive utility, and then committing gives a nice opening round for Sen. And 100 Thieves, they're not going to invest in this round, but I'm still going to be watching it like a hawk, because we've seen so many of these ecos getting converted recently.
These teams are just different with the classics. Not sure what's changed, but teams just seem to be taking them much more seriously these days, realizing that every round is winnable.
And you think about it, it looks like all classics, but Cryo still has 3 shots in the Headhunter. You wind back the clock, and old Cryo, that might be 3 kills.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see whether he's capable of stuff like that. It's been quite a while since we've seen this guy play Chamber.
Chance for a kill here. Partially deep line, right down towards A.
And 1 shot, 1 kill.
Preordained is what it felt like.
No charge.
Sen now, they want nothing to do with the A site. Now going to start to make their way into C once more. No anchoring players to stop them.
There are so many spots that Cryo is going to be able to establish himself on the Chamber. But this is still a really difficult round for 100 Thieves to convert.
Dylan just there with a jump spot, but with the alarm bot broken, players, reinforcements arriving towards Mound here. Celsius and Zekken holding together. Great paranoia, but that's why Zekken's there, just to help him out, just in case. And real no danger at the end of the day.
Navigated it really nicely. And I think Sentinels are going to be the team that's having to adapt and react quite a lot in this series overall. 100 Thieves were having their success against Leviathan by bunching up and brawling, really trying to almost team fight in Valorant, an unusual style. But I think partly inspired by Boostio just trying to get confidence injected back into this squad who looked so lackluster in 2023. And Sen themselves, their style has been more to try and slow and control the game down, find the right mid-round call. We might see a clash of 2 very different approaches to these 3 maps we've potentially got coming out.
2 teams have been trying to reinvent themselves into 2024, but a healthy bonus round now for Sentinels to take it straight through into B. Molly at your feet, but there's the blind. Holy, what a setup. It's returned though with the fire. Asuna's there with a door rotating. They've got themselves into B main control, but they want to pivot over towards A.
What a call. And look at it, it's completely empty. They picked up Bang with a beautiful setup, driving straight through his vulnerable, and now they've got the plant down. Zekken is pretty far forwards here.
3 players committed into the back section of the site. You don't really expect this into the post plan.
Look at the others, though, holding that angle. And John Cutie's going to be taking a bit of contact and distracting to make sure that they can't just isolate Zekken.
Not really planted for them. It's the one section of the box. They're still worried about Rumble. Up to Heaven, Asuna. An important kill. Zekken finds his. Earns some sway to the showstopper. Just jiggling as well, rebounding off of it with the tap there. Boostio lucky to get it, but instantly you can see the players, the positioning is Sentinels. It's perfect.
Tons of coordination from Sen. And I think these first few rounds look like they're demonstrating the extra time that Sen has had during the offseason to really work and refine their play. Because set plays like this, anticipating somebody to be playing in that area, and then both of the post plans where things got a little dodgy, they've had very nice ideas of how to neutralize 100 Thieves, and they're playing tight and coordinated. Remember, 100 Thieves have had significantly less practice than Sentinels over the course of this offseason. So that could be a difference maker.
Down to the Sheriffs, the Pistols, the half-buy. Weaker money. Doubled up. Approach with the Prowler. Oh my! Just deeping across there, and they are just going to be finding these cheap and easy kills. A little bit of extra money granted with the door opened up. Asuna distracted, doesn't know which way to face. Only one player left.
That's a beautiful textbook protocol of how to clear an aggressive mount control there by Sentinels. Taking B control, you saw Boostio looking towards B, as if they were thinking about opening the door, fighting them on B. I think 100 Thieves had the idea there that it was just going to be a big B exec. And they didn't realize that Sen were actually wrapping around to pinch the mount players from both sides.
Yeah. Got a bit of time to talk as well with Bang. I mean, he's going to make his way over to the spike, to be honest.
Toxins going
Take out a gun or two, but he will be going down. It's a round loss.
And not just that. Sen are now going to be up into the next round, a rifle round, where the economy of 100 Thieves is on edge. And look at the ults they have to play with.
I mean, Showstopper, Nightfall, you can combo this into anything you wish.
Especially considering they had a set round for the bonus, a set plan to try to punish Bang. I could see them cooking up something similar again. A lot of these teams are going to have scripted beginnings to maps. Assuming things go well for them.
Let's go. We have good odds. We could do the A thing.
Get some hints there.
Yeah. Although it looks like potentially might have been counter-called, unless they're going to take C control and then go back into A, which also extremely viable kind of thing to do.
Cryo now with the operator. He's going to be looking down at deep A angle towards Rubble. His team's cleared it with the util, but meanwhile, Sen towards C mound. I just look to explode as well onto the side with the showstopper if they really like what they see. Nightfall, any sort of connections, that might be the trigger. Yet there it is, go button sent. It's a 1-for-1, Bang's good for it still. TP forwards 10, he was vulnerable up. But it's equalized, 3 versus 3. Do they still want to commit into this one straight through? Vulnerable into the back, EU's got to respect that. The util laid down at his feet, so the plant's still going to get off here for Sentinels.
And this is going to be a tough retake. EU doesn't have very much utility, just used his last Prowler, and Cryo is coming around on the flank with an op. Now, assuming Zelsis does not die, Cryo is going to find it difficult to close the gap.
It's an important fight. A vital one at that. Zelsis peeks it out, though. So he falls, double face on the high-low. John Cutie just trying to drop down and survive, and now he realizes we're being threatened from multiple angles. Asuna don't know where to peek from. EU though removing it, and lovely movement at the end of the day. Finally a round on the board here for 100 Thieves.
That battle over towards Mount, so important to allow Cryo to get that pick and get back in. You saw Sentinels on the attack side. There were definitely challenges there, but this paranoia, keeping the rest of the team back from Boostio and baiting out the teleport play from TenZ, created that player advantage situation that then would, enabled a 3v3 retake to happen. Huge round to save 100 Thieves economy.
Yeah, we're looking like a big brawl, actually. As soon as this get out of the replay, straight towards A. Look at this. Lots of players to meet them. Satchel across! What a shot by Cryo! Showstopper, though. TenZ is TP'd right behind them. EU luckily there with the trade. Commits the Nightfall. We're going to really fight over this one, but guess what? Senna out of there. High-tailed. Straight back. Front section of Mount. How are they going to fight over this one? Doubled up, and players low enough that it's short work, quick work for Bang.
Toxin screen down.
Celsius patiently for now, hoping that somebody overextends into him, but picks the right timing, wrong timing, I should say. Starting to stabilize now for 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves will be so happy if Sentinels opt into the brawls. I feel like what we saw from 100 Thieves against Leviathan was that when there's a series of big ult plays being used, or if they can all brawl together, that's where 100 Thieves really looked like they were at their best on Split.
Teleport's ready.
Definitely what they were trying to lean into. What more of the, like you said, the big team fight play style.
100 Thieves, though, did burn some really big ultimates there to try to keep back SEN. And that teleport play from TenZ almost worked. Here's another look, somewhat similar to the set play from before. TenZ actually Omen ulting into sight. Would have been a distraction for Zekken to peek off had it been cancelled or punished.
It's entirely given up to them.
Planted.
Door, open, cryo. Again, hunting for a pick-off just to make it a little bit more even. Paranoia sent flying, clears Zekken out of that little cubby now, and he repositions a little bit deeper towards the back of the site. They're anticipating a refight from that direction, and EU, he's wondering whether he should commit. Lockdown now, a little bit later, being delayed, but this can still be broken by the players who are still sitting here into main, potentially, if they choose to fight. Over, across into the site, that's 100 Thieves, and look at that. The timing's excellent from EU. Asuna is going to be sticking this one with a lockdown defuse as well. There's really no coverage. Anybody to break this? No! Asuna just sticks it all the way through, and that's a third round gain. Now, granted, every player falling, but the round win is what they were going after.
That round was so chaotic. Sassy went for a flank all the way through Waterfall, trying to backstab the C players, assuming that they would try to swarm and kill the lockdown. And look, Bang's ready for it. So Sassy ends up giving his life fairly early. These other players from Sentinels can't get in to block the defuse. And on a knife's edge, that one.
Yeah.
The economy's in a strange spot, but both teams can buy. And SEN, again, seed control over Rubble, trying to push anybody away from fighting Mound at the start of these rounds. Opening the door here is going to push Cryo off the angle.
He pushes forward.
Surely.
He's got a rendezvous at his back still, I believe. He can force himself to play aggressive. Angled opened up.
As soon as the door opens, you gotta leave. That's a mad play. That is mad. But another sign, perhaps, that 100 Thieves have not quite had the time to really refine those protocols in the same way that SEN has. Doesn't necessarily mean that SEN are going to win off the back of that. What a potential play by Bang. He backs up.
A little bit too deep there, does Prowler. Now the nade as well.
Is in.
Snake fight towards your feet. What a shot by Bang. EU still holding close to the pillar. Never cool to cancel. SEN are so reactive with this one. Almost like the bait and switch you expect them to be in that scenario. 40 seconds left. What is the decision? They flip the switch, and it does pull players away from C. What a call in the moment.
Yeah, SEN going for the freeze in the round. 100 Thieves, super reactive.
30 seconds
trying
left.
to find Sentinels.
Face your
Putting the
fear!
Nightfall now. 0 tags onto this one. You only have to worry about the back of the sign. That's going to get cleared by the ice. They realize it's C. Open for the take.
We have seen 3v3 retakes work for 100 Thieves. They're going to open the door really early on.
Viper's Pit with his plan for John QT.
But they don't have very much space here, do they?
And 100 Thieves are already in. Look at this. Already in. Boostio, he's not wasting any time forward here with an aid to push them into the angles. Appropriate maybe, but they're just walking right into the pit. And not favored at that position. EU, he's got to pray now. Maybe a few stray bullets connecting, but he's realizing it. Got to give it up in a 1v3 with a pit down. That is unwinnable. So Sentinels, another round gained.
Big one to put on the board. Couple of things going on there that are really interesting. The first is that these execs from SEN have TenZ committing extremely deep with Zekken. They're not trying to bait out defensive utility as much and keep the whole of the team tight to Zekken. They send Zekken in like a cannon, and then TenZ teleports in with him. And that hasn't really been working for them so far. TenZ got picked off by Boostio in one of the previous rounds on C. That time, TenZ got picked off by EU. So it's an interesting style, but it's not actually getting results at the moment. The other thing that actually worked for Sentinels is that they were able to pause the round, freeze, and bait 100 Thieves into being a bit too active, leaving the site.
What we were talking about right at the beginning of this series, really, the stylistic differences. And SEN have been honing this over the course of the offseason. The ability to just take their time in a moment and say, okay, guys, what's the right play here? Well, we'll do it together. And they tend to make the right moves a lot. I mean, these mid-round calls, I don't know if it's John QT or what, they have a lot of vocal callers in SEN, but typically it's what's been paving the way to a lot of their victories.
And yet, at the beginning of the season, we find both of these teams in elimination matches. I think that speaks to the caliber of the teams in Americas, but also how difficult this group is. We knew it would be absolutely brutal. But frankly, I think both of these teams have been playing at a pretty good level so far.
Yeah.
100 Thieves in particular exceeding expectations, considering that they haven't been able to play with Boostio for an extended portion of the offseason. Man was trapped in jail.
Key thrown away.
Yeah.
To the very last moments.
But after they busted him out and were able to do a bit of practice, they've certainly been cooking. And they've got decent team coordination too. Chances for 100 Thieves still obviously abound. And the economy isn't that bad. Cryo's still able to get an op online. There's a judge for Boostio, which can seriously do damage in plenty of different spots. It's Asuna who's got the low weaponry.
Cryo facing down. Target-rich
Celsius
environment
is going to spam this.
Yeah, but the Odin trying to block this one off. It's slightly off here. TP's all over the place. Second. Just on top of the mound there, revealed. Asuna close to the corner. Does this get cleared behind the box? Everybody running right past him. Great chance, a great opportunity. Zekken returns it straight back to him. There's the equalization. Showstopper earned, fired. And another one claimed. 2 players left standing for 100 Thieves. And with the judge in hand for Boostio, he's going to be finding it quite difficult. But there's the upgrade ever so slightly. But it's only a stinger.
Side grade, if anything, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's trying to make his way over to the rifle.
He's got to suspect that Celsius is still here. Look at him trying to clear this one out. The flank timing, though. Bang! Spots it! 2 versus 2. Ducked into the site now. How do Sentinels want to play this one? Smoke was laid down a little bit higher. Ice and flying straight forward. Pushes them out into the open. Leave it just to the one. No more sound cues. That's like Yuto from Sassy, but he's just poking his head out, and Tens rips it clean off the shoulders.
No mammoth clutch today from Bang, at least not yet. But he's doing all right. The whole of SEN, though, they're finding their opportunities early on in this round. I was excited to see the cryo operator come out, especially considering he's on chamber. That was the role that he's known for. But this is now twice where he's been punished at the start of these rounds for just being a bit too aggressive, for stepping forwards, trying to find that timing where he's going to be able to get a pick, and instead getting punished by Sentinels. There was that round over on C where they opened the B door.
No, it's fine. I literally will just kill him. Trust.
The round's already started here. Opening seconds. The exchange of util here, but this is, of course, just the eco kill. Stinger, though, still some danger towards it. Tens returns, though.
And it sounds like that's Sentinels trying to just get a bit of a handle on Tens. Like, dude, can you just play the percentage play? And he's like, no, I'm actually feeling it, and I'm just going to go run around and kill everybody.
Plant the spike. 1 enemy remaining.
Boostio lined as a bat. So a win versus the half by.
And I think one of the downsides of the way that 100 Thieves are playing is that they're opting so much into these early round fights that even if they trade and go 3 for 3 or 2 for 2 or whatever it is, they're opening up space for the attack side, right? And so if you're in a 5v5, you can actually control most of the map on defense. But if you're in a 3v3 and Sentinels know that there's no players A, now the defense is at a big disadvantage.
Yeah.
So going even in these fights does not favor 100 Thieves. They need to be decisively winning them.
Standard util being used, making sure that they can't push up from section of C.
I thought Tens was going to take the orb there to play for his ultimate. I thought they'd got something mad cooked up. It's not going to be the case. This is one of the first rounds where Cryo's got established on a really deep angle, and if SEN want to go back to B, they're going to need to use good utility to clear him off. The wall is certainly helpful, because now Cryo could get peeked from a variety of different angles.
Oh my, what is that?
We've got to see a replay of that at the end of the round. I don't know whether that was through the smoke. It looks like Asuna was jump spotting, and Tens hit an outrageous headshot.
That's what it looks like, but I can see at the end of things anyway. Sets him up with the first kill. Door opened up now towards B. Trademark broken. Boostio gone. This is Really drastically, I think, falling to pieces here for 100 Thieves, but Cryo's not accounted for. Off round to the corner. That's Secondo returning with the trade. Confirmation kills all over the bloody place. Turns, you do have the spike. What's the call now?
30 seconds left.
Run over to A. Realizing that Bang has been playing over towards C. Good awareness from Zekken. Doesn't win his fight out, though. So Bang, there's chances here. John QT is weak.
Bang's got a little smile
Spike
on his
planted.
face as he shoots Zekken's body, just letting him know in the 1v4. It definitely feels like SEN are pulling away with this one now.
Percentage play for Bang. It hurts, but saving the gun has to be it with only 350 credits to your name.
It's actually tough too, because he'd love to get another kill, or even die if he could keep the rifle in some way, because that would get him the ult orb to be able to get up his Viper's Pit in the next. But this has just been a snowball for Sentinels. They've found the right play, and especially been able to find the first pick in a lot of these crucially important rounds. Sentinels are currently 7-4 on first kills, and they've won every round where they've got the first kill.
Last round.
Some of those have been unforced errors from 100 Thieves, and some of them...
Oh, ew, man.
Oh my God.
That's disgusting. Yeah, okay.
Last year, we were talking about the level of quality, the on-paper ability of this Sentinels team. Oh, we were talking about it all the time. But this year, it's really showing itself. Now that they've got the foundation. Cryo, by the way, has gone for a glass cannon Vandal. No armor.
State of the economy. Asuna does have a showstopper here. Doesn't remove the first layer of the U. The Nano Swarm just dropped down, but does do so for the eye. Information going to be called out here by Sassy. Knowing that there's players there. Popping up, top of the ankle. There's a gap. Just there with a wall to jump spot. Bang. Does not want to dance with death. Not quite. I'm backing away. Sentinels, they don't really like what they see here. The door was opened up towards mid-B. There's going to be a fight to be taking place if they choose to really collide into each other. But no, just parting ways once more.
And I'm not sure that 100 Thieves even got the read that SEN are that close on B. Sentinels are contact clearing up, not using the boombot, just making sure that they're utterly silent.
Cryo.
John's hearing all this.
Yeah, it's got to be surely. 40 seconds left.
And he's calling his team back over towards A. These are the kind of mid-rounds that John has been calling that have changed the identity of Sentinels.
Bang! Removed.
30 seconds left.
What the hell? Look at this, no armor. Running into the orb. Cryo, he wants to be a playmaker, and this is the time to do it. Second. Taken out, guess what? Sentinels out towards B. Paranoia now, flying out through them. Players into heaven, they need to clear this one. Showstopper, this could be the winner, no! Straight into the wall! Plants down, though. It's 2 versus 2 and 1 through main. Satchel, preventing the repeat. Dropping down now, playing together. 100 Thieves, got to be really disciplined. But it's just EU. 7 bullets of John QT into the pit. And what a micro adjustment.
Excellent shooting, excellent calling, but there was a lot of pressure there, and 100 Thieves flubbed it. And Asuna's been having a dire performance here, it's got to be said. Really not finding it. Beefed the satchel movement and was unable to find the rocket. I think he just launched it into the door frame. Did the C's have any impact? I'm not sure it did.
Brutal.
Hard to know there.
Yeah.
Either way, this is Sentinels absolutely outclassing 100 Thieves.
It really is.
It looked somewhat even at the beginning, but they've just pulled ahead to unfathomable difference.
Now, I'm surprised that I'm saying this, but let's send this down to Golden Boy, who's standing by in our audience. What could possibly go wrong this time?
Let's try this again, shall we? How you feeling, Riot Games Arena? I love it. I love it. All right, all right. Are we feeling 100 Thieves? What about the Sentinels? Santissimo, that was loud. All right, well, I'm going to go to the crowd again. Surely we'll be fine this time. Okay, you seem like a sane person. Okay, here we go. Hello, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name's Jackie. I'm from Anaheim.
Okay, Anaheim, shout out. Anyone else from Anaheim in the house? Okay, we got about 5 of you. Okay, what sign? What sign do you have here? I'm curious. Oh,
It's John QT with Absolute Cinema.
Absolute Cinema. Love it. Thank you so much. That was an awesome sign. All right, let's see. Okay, we got these 2 young ladies over here. Hello, hello. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Leslie. I'm from Orange, California.
Orange, California.
I'm Kiana, and I'm also from Orange, California.
Okay, so we got 2 people from Orange. Anyone else from Orange in the house? Yeah, right behind. Okay, that's what's up. All right, what signs do we have here?
Celsius, just one chance, please. I'm begging. Half Moon Leslie, Instagram, Twitter, please. Just one, just once, just once.
Shoot your shot, Queen. I appreciate that. Okay, so are you guys friends here? You also cheering for Sentinels? You're sisters. Okay, and you're cheering for Sentinels too?
I'm cheering for 100 Thieves. I have a Let's Go 100 Thieves sign. And then brought to you by Bang's mom and dad. Yeah!
You know what? I love this. Good, clean, wholesome signs. That's what we like to see here at VCT. Guys, give it up one more time for these amazing people. Give it up for yourself. And let's get ready to send it back over to 2 casters who have are contractually obligated to commentate every Sentinels game for the vibes and the clout. It's Brennan Sideshow.
Yeah, desperate needed the followers, of course. Auto included. Had the lawyers drafted up. That was a much better attempt at that segment compared to yesterday.
It certainly
I will
was.
say.
I mean, you know.
Okay. All right, reset. Okay, pistol round. 9-3. Sen in the lead here, this time on the defense.
This is a really important one for 100 Thieves. And now the pressure's going to be on Asuna again, because he's got the job of trying to open up these sites. Blast open choke points.
Second joining the defense. John QT with the reinforcements, but Noise being cut. Trying to have second doubts about this one because the 100 Thieves in a way over towards A now.
They've inserted Cryo in this spot. He's got his Ghost. Going to be looking for a pick. He's not trying to play it for the aggro lurk.
Shadows traveling.
They're actually headed straight into all the Killjoy utility without really knowing.
Door opened up. This is a really aggressive position by Zelsis here, but Anada's going to be forcing them all the way back. Paranoia as well. Good utility being used. Sassido's got to be the defender towards the back of the side. The right clicks. Zelsis get away with murder. Onto the side here. EU eventually going to be removing that pesky anchor in play. Nade rebounded though. That'll force the spike to be planted in a different direction. Another tap here, but lined up all the way for Zekken.
100 Thieves forced to be active in that post plant, trying to salvage what had happened as everybody just ran into Celsius and got mowed down. Pretty tragic. A little bit of lost coordination there again. Asuna coming around one side of the pillar on his own, actually won the duel, didn't have other people to play with. And then this side, Bang and Boosty are just not able to get it done.
Surely for 100 Thieves now. Considering it, yeah. Committing to it, the force. You have to at this point. The map's getting away from you.
Trying to go for the fast play at the very start of the round, pull out some of the defensive utility, but I don't think that was supposed to be a bait. And T wanted to get in there onto B, and now they've been bogged down.
More util to work their way through, isn't it? Nanoswarms used. There was a Viper Orb in their face. Now Cryo's timing that. Might seek to try and lurk. Really tricky spot. Celsius up to try and take the fight here, but non-committal from 100 Thieves. Maybe expecting Cryo to maybe get something done. Prowler spots him, so now they're definitely going to be aware. The Sentinels keeping an eye on that one spot over towards A. Guess what? Tens. Goes to the rubble side, him in seconds. What's going to be done about that? Eye is revealed up to towards Tens. No one removing it. Sent out the Paranoia though. Now another nade. TP reposition. A little bit ajar. 40 seconds. This feels hectic. It feels frantic.
But they have found the site where there's only one player. Celsius went huge on the pistol. Is he going to commit?
30 seconds, yeah. Turret's going down as a smoke into his face. He has to really respect this one now. Backing away, reload. They're going to be able to hear this one. Up top, they want to try and ride him straight down. And he's sort of firing line. John QT! What a difference maker! 3 players fall just like that. 100 Thieves. Got to try and take some risks here. Fight taken towards into the back of the spawn, but the discipline from Sentinels is just sublime. Always doubled up. Boostio, reposition. Onto the brain now. Maybe he can make it a few more, potentially. A tap. Sassy, run and gun does it.
And if the pistol round wasn't enough, being able to dismiss the force afterwards should put Sentinels in an amazing spot to clear this out. That was a bit too bold there. The swarm into backside and then further into spawn to try to get Zelsis, I can appreciate. But they didn't even wait for a moment to allow Boostio's paranoia to come through. Just a bit too far ahead of the play.
Love that. They forced. Out. Good job.
All right, they need it. They're desperate.
Oh.
I mean, I think he's right, isn't
Truer
it?
words have never been told at this point. It's a timeout for 100 Thieves.
And the coordination is miles off, I think, for 100 Thieves on how they're making these plays happen. The ideas seem all right.
I mean, if you compare it to Sentinels, the way they pause, slow down in the mid-round, when something goes a little bit amiss, maybe the rounds are even, it's a bit night and day, you know? Everyone feels like they're on the same page. They're waiting for the util to come up at the appropriate timings. 100 Thieves is very go, 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 go.
And I think that was obvious when you watched them play against Leviathan as well, especially on Bind, which is actually our next map coming up. They were extremely execute heavy on their attack side, didn't really have too much differential in pace. But once again, 100 Thieves kind of came late into the off-season with the acquisition of Boostio. And these things take time.
They do.
Unfortunately, this is a tournament format that does not reward the tortoise versus the hare. You're not going to be able to slowly pick yourself up. This is an elimination game. Last chance to be able to make it to Madrid and a long road ahead, even if you wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
And
Time
the
out
Thieves are gonna have
fading.
to dig so deep.
They certainly are. Where is the answer? Maybe it's heroics of an individual. Somebody to step up to the plate. Question all over the front section. B and C, 100 Thieves.
Cryo, in each of these 3 rounds, has been trying to get a lurk pick towards B. In the pistol, he got denied by Tens. In the second round, denied by Sassy's utility. And it looks like he's going to try to make something happen again.
Forward on the angle here. Now Zekken, when we got the Guardian, is going to have to be precise and surgical when this hit starts to come through, especially Tens remove. Bang! Critical shots to be hit there. Cryo's going to be hearing the rotations abound as well. And what is the call to be made? Middle? Into A, perhaps. 100 Thieves get those 2 picks, but no, they break the door now, make their way into B, because Cryo has got that space. Creep forwards. Now Heaven needs to be covered. And it is going to be ever so slightly, no kill to be turned and returned there. Sassy backs away. 10 health, still alive.
You can tell it wasn't Boostio there with the mid-round call because he used both of his smokes on A. Didn't have anything to obscure that sight line. Asuna might have just bailed them out there with that kill on Celsius. That's huge.
Yeah.
Big kills to shut down any danger of a retake coming through. 100 Thieves destined to get up to 4.
One with the rifle knows better than to contest that one, so this will be round win for 100 Thieves, like you said.
I think if 100 Thieves picked this map because they thought that the Cryo Chamber was going to have enormous impact, they probably need to find a different role for him on the attack side. Because he's having to play off the distraction of his team rather than being able to actually initiate anything himself. And in a round like this, he just ended up being the backstab lurk, and this fight in Rubble defined whether or not really the round was successful.
1 enemy remaining.
It's a long road back, but this is an eco from Sentinels.
The ecos have been deadly.
Yeah, they have.
Showstopper for Asuna. B, the safety policy. Satchel's through now. Fade Eyes exchange. Lighting his players up. Nade rebounds. It's going to be forcing them out wide. C's on top of it. It's all being combined.
Scared of a collapse from Sentinels, Asuna uses his ult already. That's an enormous tool for them to try to get into the site. And to burn it so early on in the round. On an anti-eco as well.
Yeah.
Not what 100 Thieves will have been looking for.
Door broken. Cryo sees the shoulder, but I think so
It's
does
the
Velsis.
same spot again from Cryo. Every single round on the attack side. So not very much variety. Now he's starting to move his way over towards C.
Door opened. Still making a noise over towards A. This is keeping a lot of Sentinels over. But guess what? The bodies are just moving now. Look at it. Reinforcements sent to B. Worried about it now with the noise being cut. And it seems like the read is almost correct here. Just retake onto A and might pay off for them. But the turret broken. That's the signal. At least plan over towards C here for 100 Thieves.
No major flank coming through. No pressure onto these mountain players, and that's where the plant is for.
Lovely shot.
Boostio has been a little out of the action in this game so far, but that's a good one for the confidence too.
The rifle. Paranoia with a satchel forwards here, but Zekken can't really escape it. A lot more to be done here, but with only 2 players remaining. Celsius just might opt into saving this one with the rifle. Tens, TP to try and get out, but no, can't break the tether in time.
Celsius scurries away with what little reward he's got from this round. Expected result here then, as 100 Thieves managed to win on their anti-eco. But it took them a fair amount. You think about it though, at the beginning of the round, Asuna used his Raze ultimate. He's already got 4 points towards it.
Yeah.
By being able to collect an orb, go forwards, collect a couple kills, that kind of thing. So not an enormous punish for that ult having been invested early on. These are the rounds that really matter though, when Sentinels gets back up to rifles and things are more even across the board. And these are also the rounds where 100 Thieves don't have that snowball available from the ultimate that we saw from SEN on their attack side. The way that they comboed ult into ult as they got to the important rounds.
Yeah, save our guns. Good shit, boys.
Yeah, good shit. 1 round at a time.
That's how you got to approach these moments.
Yeah, right mindset.
Find it.
Understand that it's still winnable for them. 100 Thieves. Fast across here. Oh, Celsius. Expect them to hit the switch here. They are fast through now with the Paranoia. He is going to be approaching this position, and he needs some help fast. There's no one really to help him out. That's a spike drop down. He was the only one contesting. Right from the broken angle here with the nade at his feet. Asuna, no chance of a swing.
Asuna's got to wait. He's got to wait for teammates.
He really does. Paranoias as well, though. This is an onslaught with a util. And finally, there's the reinforcements. Second. Splash packs in. Takes the head clean off.
Cryo's lurk towards B once again in the round has actually allowed them an opening. What a spray down from Cryo! He found them the B site, and
That's
he has
nasty.
some major impact there.
Vision force into the box there from Bang. Was getting the one, but Cryo surely he's done enough. Still, it's a man disadvantage. Boostio, lovely work.
Didn't get to see the second player there. Does he just assume that Celsius is coming through the door again?
Cryo's covering it, but now with the flash as well, the timing on that one is just perfection. Up top, Boostio working around, waiting for the timing with the top 10s. That's all him with the Guardian.
Taking down the world champion. With the Omen differential, picks up the Odin and escapes with map point.
Match point.
After all that Cryo had done there with that push in, one of the first rounds where that B-lurk actually had massive value for 100 Thieves. But things got really scattered even before that. These kind of kills as 100 Thieves scurried from A to B.
Yeah.
Ended up being a bit of a backbreaker. But it did come down to a 1v1 that was winnable for both sides.
It only gets harder here for 100 Thieves now. They have no more room to work with. Up to 12 for SEN. One more round will do it, and the ult to be built up. Big fight. 4 players thinking to contest and contain out towards A. They're going to be setting these players up. Where's the reaction of 100 Thieves here?
It is fairly quick. Over towards Mound. Celsius with a lockdown. May choose to just whack this down and call for help from John Cutie.
Still to be dealt with. Celsius is just giving them that space. You can choose to contest this one. Waiting for the full retake, and it's a smart play to do with the amount of ults that they've got online. It should just be a slam dunk. 100 Thieves, they're the ones that still have to take it the extra mile, even with this spike planted down. That's why they're playing deep into spawn here, just with Bang though. And he's got to really come up big though. Blinded! Second with the rocket, out wide! Another one claimed. Jump spot. Great discipline. Everybody, noise cues cut away. They don't have a bloody clue. And now with the lockdown on top, it's all layered perfectly in between them. The reposition of Boostio. Just out of dodge, but it's just down to Cryo. And what can you really do? Not much.
Once again, those ultimates coming online for Sentinels, making all the difference. Great anticipation of the spawn aggression. And honestly, all of the threats that 100 Thieves threw at them, really nicely dismissed. This Sen team looking clean, good reactions, great mid-round calls, working up their ultimates and their economies